Today we're going to go over the basics of how you create an ad using PowerPoint. Remember, when you create the ads, each ad should be a separate file. Please do not all the ads in one PowerPoint. If you are creating 4 ads, you need 4 PowerPoints. Once you open the PowerPoint, you're going to set the size to what you want it to be and delete any of the placeholders, the boxes, just like you did when you created the cover. You're going to add pictures and text. Make sure you use phrases and words. Again, you're doing this just like you did the cover. So you're going to save the PowerPoint so that you can go back and edit it. Now, when you go to save it at the end, when you finally have a copy you're ready for, you're going to save it a little differently. You're going to save it as a JPEG. That's going to turn it into a picture. So once you save it as a JPEG, it becomes a picture. So when you go to add it to your magazine, when you're finally working in Word and typing up your magazine, all you're going to need to do is add the ads to the magazine as a picture. So let me walk you through what this looks like. I'm going to end up pausing the video in several places just because I don't need you to sit there and watch me do everything that it takes step by step. You'll get the idea. Okay. First thing you want to do is you want to go to PowerPoint, go New, and do a blank presentation. Once you open your blank presentation, delete any extra text boxes. You just need a blank slide. The other thing you could do is you could go to Home. You had something open up that looked like this. If I go to Layout and I click Blank Slide, it deletes all the text boxes. The next thing I want to do is go to Design. In Design, we're going to change the slide size. So we're going to go to Custom Slide. Now we want these to be portrait, because the pages you're going to be looking at are portrait. Now, once you do a portrait, you're going to want to get your slides the same to look the way you want them. I find it's easier if I change this to letter paper because it gives me a better size indication. And all you're going to need to do if you're making a half-page ad is take your height and change it to 5 from 10. So go ahead with 5, and then you click OK. I like to maximize the fit. Okay, this is actually a half-page ad. It would take up either the bottom half or the top half of the page. Now you're going to create the ad. Now you're going to have to make some creative choices. I'm going to go into Home. I'm going to go into Insert. I'm going to add a word art title because word art gives me some fancy little things I can do. Once you've chosen the word art title, you're going to type in your title. I'm going to end up pausing the video so I can do some editing so you don't have to see it, and then I will bring it back up. Okay, you can see now that I've made my ad is going to be about bearded dragons. I'm going to insert a text box. I could say anything about big bearded dragons, but we're going to go with bearded dragons for sale. We're going to make an ad selling bearded dragons. Now, once we've got this, I don't like the way it looks. I'm going to go to here, and we're going to put this capitalized. We'll worry about placement later. That's about right, but we'll figure that out. We need to insert a picture. And I'm sure you all know whose picture we're going to put in. Of course, it's going to be Bob. Okay, I've added my picture, and I want to have another picture, but I'm not going to go through all the trouble of trying to do it again. So all I'm going to do is do a Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste. I've got 2 pictures of Bob, and I don't like them facing that way, so I can go to Rotate, and I can flip them. So now I've got my 2 little dragons here. Then you want to play with your ad. You need to add 3 facts. So I will stop, add 3 facts, and then you can see how that looks. Okay, so I've taken some time. I've added some facts. I've added some other things on here. And we have what would work as an ad. It meets the requirements on the sheet. for the most part. It tells what we're selling. It's got 3 facts. It's going to be the correct size when we put it in there. It still looks a little bland. I want something that sticks out on the page. Now the thing with ads is you can add color to them. So I can go in here and I can go into design and I can format the background and I can add a background to this. Okay, so now that I've created my ad, my next thing to do is I need to save it as a JPEG. So I'm going to go to File. Going to go to Save As. I want to save my JPEGs on the computer I'm working at, but you're going to need to remember to stay at the computer you save it on. You're going to go to My Computer, Documents, give it a name. Then I'm going to have to click down here where it says PowerPoint, and I'm going to find where it says JPEG. Once I have this right here as JPEG, I can click Save. It asks all slides or just this one. I want to click just this one. And it's done. Now let me show you what's going to happen when I open up a blank Word. Okay. When I go to put this in my actual magazine, I'm going to click the word Pictures from File. I'm going to go to Documents. And I'm going to scroll down till I find Bob ad. And I'm going to just insert it. Now I have my half-page ad, and it's as easy as that. If I want to resize this to make it a little bigger, because it's a picture, I resize it the way I would any picture. Now remember, you don't want it to go all the way to the edge on the side that's going to be bound, which will be, depends on which side it's going to be. If you don't like where it's at, you want to be able to move it up. Remember, you can always adjust the text wrapping, and you can move it where you want it on the page. The other thing you'll have to adjust on here is fixed position on page. You don't want it to move with text. So now I can put this anywhere I want on a page. I've got my half-page ad. You need to work on your ads. The other thing I want to point out to you is if you go to my website, go under the Assignments tab, End of Year, scroll through it, you will find that not only do I have the basic ad instructions right here, oops, right there, but I also tell you what are required for the choice ad, the cell phone ad, and the community project ad. You will need to look at those guidelines when you make those ads. Have a good night.